Hello, silly me, thinking that my mic wasn't on or it wasn't working. I couldn't get audio working. I was like, oh my gosh, I just hadn't plugged my mic in. It's gonna be a long day already, I can tell. But yeah, back in the journey for 395. I didn't do the world size thing, but somewhere probably around 10 gigabytes, I'd guess, since I think that's around where it was the last time I saw it. Always made the conscious effort of looking at it and whatnot. But yeah, I just realized how close I am to 400 episodes. Well, I didn't just realize, I've been aware for quite some time. I think this has been the longest 100 of episodes ever in this series, and probably the longest million. So, a lot of things very long going on. And I wouldn't be surprised if it kept going, if I would kind of maintain this pace until the summer or whatever. I was kind of thinking of doing some more streams and stuff on Journey during my holidays. I don't know. I haven't really felt like it. I've just felt like, work's been keeping me busy. This week I took on a bunch more shifts. So I was working almost every day. So I didn't really have as much time as I'd hoped. So I really have not been feeling like doing Journey all the time, like I usually would around these times. But it's been good. I've been having fun doing other stuff when I haven't really been doing Journey streams. Like doing my other streams and stuff. The channel's just been so populated now by all these new series I've been doing. And it's surely interesting because I didn't imagine I would have this many series going. But I won't complain. It's good. I can rebalance it after my break and figure out how I'm going to make all the series work, or figure out if I need to get rid of any kind of thing. But for now, I'm having a good time. Yeah, almost at 400, and that made me realize that this series, at least season 1, I kind of joke that there's 2 seasons in Journey. There really isn't. Usually, if you think of like 2 seasons, you'd think that, oh, there's an original Journey that went on 200 episodes. No. All the episodes have cumulatively been a part of the same journey. So I've been journeying even well before the first episode of season 1, and episode 200 was merely just kind of a switching point where a bunch of catastrophic stuff happened and I had to switch to a backup and all this stuff. I don't even know if I had a backup actually. I think that was the issue. But yeah, it was a whole bunch of stuff going on. I was trying to figure out how to get myself back up to scratch in this world without having to restart completely. And I was debating actually just restarting completely, but I was like, I've already come that far. I doubt I'll make it that far again. If I were to restart, I don't know if I'd have the same energy, the same motivation that I do in this run here. And it's still going. It's still going strong today. It may have slowed down, but that's not anything it's not something I've not accounted for. I've accounted for that kind of thing, so I'm not too worried about that. I think the world could surely stand the test of time based on what I've seen anyway from myself and this world. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the next outpost in Journey because, well, it's been like, how long now? Almost half a year. I think, it must be at least like over half a year now since my last base in this world. And that's a long time to go without a base. I did run out of diamonds, naturally, not too long ago. So I actually could have, an outpost might have actually happened not a while back, but I just was like, it was too soon after Ophanim, I think is what I called the last outpost. Too soon after that one. And yeah, the rest has been history because I went to go get more diamonds, and yeah, we're still doing good on diamonds. I probably won't be seeing an outpost until next year. But I've been trying to think of what I want to do for the next outpost. If me and Cherry don't do Winter Wonderland in Renewcraft, then I might just do it in here again. Just tackle it here. I just figured it'd be more fun to do it in a server where you could just constantly visit it instead of it being just like, an outpost in Journey, because I just build the outpost and then I move on and don't really, take a second thought of it. But, but yeah, I'll have to think otherwise what I'm gonna do. It's really, I guess, contextual to where I actually settle as well. At least that's how I find with my bases. I usually don't go into things with a set idea unless I have like a good enough area that like I could find an idea that jives with it. That's usually how I operate with that kind of stuff. Like I usually don't pick like a theme, because then if I pick something and then I pick an area that lends itself to something completely different, then yeah, it's not quite as, it doesn't befit it quite as well. And not to say that I don't have like stuff that just stands out like a sore thumb. I actually quite like doing bases like that are a bit more abstract and not integrated into the environment. But I also do like to base my stuff off of the area, thematically anyway. And maybe even with regard to shape too. If it's a cool enough little like spot or alcove, I could convert it into like a cave base or something. I haven't done a cave bases very often, but when I do them, it's usually just like building into a cave and whatnot, like you'd expect. I debated doing one of those in Journey, a cave base. I've also debated like some kind of sky city or that kind of stuff. I don't know. I already did Ulfinum, so I guess that's been crossed off. Like the sky base. It's not quite how I envisioned it initially, but it turned out pretty good. That was probably my favorite outpost I've had so far. Not really because of like it wasn't like the crazy. Well, I say it wasn't the craziest, but it also was pretty crazy with all the rings and stuff. It was probably my most ambitious outpost I've had this far. I don't think any of my other outposts were really hold a candle to that. I guess the Citadel was pretty cool. And Outpost 1 was kind of nice, just, I mean, that was probably what I could have done for spawn, if I actually felt like doing a base at spawn, which I didn't. I think it might have been cool to have done a base at spawn. Although I wasn't really considering playing this world out very much at spawn. I figured most of the time will be spent going to the Farlands, and then whatever remainder of the time I have in this world will just be doing outposts, and whatever I do at the Farland base. All that good stuff. So I was like, yeah, I don't really need to do something at spawn. Spawn can just stay natural, and yeah, that's what. Well, I mean, of course, the world reset, so I didn't get to see my original spawn kind of mine shaft when I found the spawn chunks again, which was kind of cool to see. That was this year. But still, it was cool nonetheless. Even if it wasn't like the spawn I remembered being at. It doesn't, I don't really think of this as like a different world or anything. It feels all like one and the same to me, because I've walked it all. Like there's not really anything I haven't walked in this journey, so I'm not really too perturbed by any like weird technical stuff that has gone on that I had to switch things and whatnot. Because I've been through it. I wouldn't be 400 episodes into something if I was just faking it. I feel like that'd be quite the commitment, and I'd rather put my time elsewhere at that point if I was that committed to a lie. I'm pretty wholehearted with this, and for the remainder of the journey here, I'm gonna try and keep it as wholehearted and genuine as possible, as I have been doing. But yeah. Oh, I need a bed. It's getting dark out pretty soon. I can already tell the sun's setting. It's that time of day. I could use a few mushrooms. Thank you, world. Alright. Now, I guess it is a good time to move on to other stuff to talk about. That was kind of that topic. I don't got much more to say. So, I guess I'll just chill here till nightfall. And, yeah, I could talk about some of the other stuff. I think I've started another new series since my last thing. I feel like I've got so many series going. It's pretty crazy, because I've got Subnautica, which I'm going to be doing a stream on probably tomorrow. I was going to do one today. Usually I do it on Saturdays, but last Saturday I had a final, and then this Saturday I'm working and hanging out with people and visiting people, so I'll probably just do it tomorrow, or like this weekend if I can find time. If not, I can just do it next week too. I don't think it really is that detrimental. I guess schedules are good. I try to like stick by them, but I don't know. Only really, I guess Journey is probably the most important one for that. Which I guess Journey is also no exception to having a strange schedule. I think all my stuff has a bit of an odd thing. I tried to come up with a schedule, but usually people come up with a schedule and they just fail, or they just like, they miss things and stuff. I guess I kind of missed things, but that was because of being busy with finals. But my thing is, everything just gets so scrambled up. That's why I try to just say like one episode a week instead of saying what day of the week it is, because it kind of wavers a bit. But I think I might try and commit to a bit more of a schedule after the break here. I'm gonna just see whatever happens, and go and play it by ear from there. But yeah, I started a new series. Hardcore Adventures has come back. I doubt actually anyone watching this would actually know what Hardcore Adventures was, but I did actually have a series of multiple like worlds where I was surviving in hardcore Minecraft. And I knew I wanted to do it again, but this time I'm doing it with a bit of a twist from Devon. And I already tried not too long ago. I might have even talked about hardcore challenges in Journey, but that kind of, I don't know, I think Newcraft came in right after that, and we were just like, yeah, we don't really need to do this if we're gonna have Newcraft. So yeah, hardcore challenges kind of died off, but this was kind of like a revival of that and my original hardcore adventures. So I'm gonna be kind of challenging myself. Well, I'm not challenging myself. Devon's challenging me, but hardcore is also challenging me. So it's like a bit of both things. I'm getting all these challenges every episode, and I just have to try and complete them to the best of my ability. And yeah, and try not to die in the process. I think that's a pretty good concept for a series. I like that. And I think as time will go on, it'll become a bit more interesting. I don't envision it'll be a very creatively involved world. We'll see. Depending on the challenges, I doubt I'm gonna be like super like into like the creative side and I don't know, unless I get challenged to build like redstone related or building related. I think I'm gonna mainly go through the challenges in the episodes instead of doing my own thing, because that's what I'm doing in Renewcraft, because that series is actually it's going. Now I can talk about that in a bit, but Hardcore Adventures coming back is pretty cool. I love Hardcore Minecraft. I think it's a great way to play Minecraft because I just love the novelty of it. I'm one for novelty at this point in playing this game. I love a bit of novelty. Just like how multiplayer Minecraft has novelty, so does hardcore. And I think single player Minecraft is a very difficult thing to have novelty for. I think like every big thing I've done in Minecraft is something novel. Like Journey, of course it's novel. Going to the Farlands, and basically this being my first beta Minecraft world properly, and so there's a lot to go along with that. And I may be really used to beta by now, but in the beginning, that was a different story. It was a lot of discovering a lot of old quirks and stuff, because I knew a fair bit about beta leading up to Journey, but I learned a lot more. You learn a lot by just doing. You learn a lot just by simply doing. That's the truth. That's how it is. Um, so yeah, it's no surprise that something like Journey would do so good for me because it's so novel. It's something just a really cool thing, and I think the thing that makes it so easy is that it's a very concrete goal that doesn't really waver from day to day. You know, it's not like I'm gonna come back in 2 weeks and be like, I want to go into the other direction, Farlands, kind of thing. Well, that could happen. I feel like it'd be extremely, like, extraordinarily unlikely because I'm already going to this one, and I'm already like almost 3/4 of the way to this one. Well, 3/4 is a bit of a stretch. I think 3/4 is more like 9 million actually, but I still got a good ways even to there. But I'm like 60 something percent. Oh, something like that. I don't remember exactly. I haven't checked. But yeah. But yeah, what I mean though is that it's a very like inflexible goal that I'm just like fine with. You know, I made my mind up 2 years ago, and I'm just continuing that quest. And whatever happens between here and there is really up to the fates and up to whatever happens in the series. And I don't really got much control over that. Outposts, yeah, I do have control over, but I think everything else is just kind of gonna happen. Like the terrain, I just gonna see it as it pops up. That is the truth. But yeah, you know, hardcore adventures is good. It's a good thing, a novelty, and so is Renewcraft. Both of them are like that. A lot of my stuff, like I said, is like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more hardcore adventures. I think I got 2 episodes out already. So if you like a hardcore series, kind of with a similar commentary style to what I do here, then yeah, that's always on the table. I say that, but also a lot of my non-journey related stuff doesn't really have the commentary of like just discussion like these do. I mostly just try to commentate about the game itself, whereas in Journey I don't got as much to talk about after 400 friggin' streams on this. 400 plus, because I think the playlist is like well over 500 videos in it. So there's a lot more like multi-part episodes or whatever, or events or that kind of thing. I've done a few of those. But yeah. Renewcraft, I guess I could move on to that. That's been another fun series. Me and Devin, I've done a few episodes. I don't know where I left off on talking about Renewcraft, but there's been a few episodes coming out on that. A few streams I did. And it's been a lot of fun. Just chill on a Minecraft world with some people again. I know this year, well, like a year ago now, we started Newcraft, kind of the reboot of Newcraft, and that was a lot of fun. Season 1 of the reboot was a lot of fun, and it's nice to be back in something similar to like that, with some familiar folks from earlier worlds or that kind of thing. So yeah, it's great though, and me and Devin are just having a bunch of laughs and stuff on these episodes. all sorts of inside jokes are coming through in the episodes, and my base has been actually coming along pretty well. It's a bit of a slow burn. I didn't really think about how big my base was. I kind of was like, oh yeah, it is. It is a little bit of a big base. You know, it ain't no small base. And yeah, it's a starter base, and I've gone like big with it, and yeah. But I'm hoping to do some other projects and get some other stuff going. I think like next episode, or if I do play in between streams, I'm hoping to get started on a blaze farm, like an XP farm, and then maybe do some villagers, and then I could probably move on to some other stuff. And then hopefully I'll be done my starter base around that time, and then I can move on to something else. That's the plan for that. But these past few episodes, I've just been working on my base and various projects that have kind of came and went. like a railway I was trying to do to a dual double spawner. I was trying to do a double spawner XP farm, and that didn't really work out because one of the friggin' spawners was spider related, and I was like, oh, spiders. And well, I tried to make it work, but I realized the spawners were too far away anyway. It would have just been really awkward trying to make it work. I was like, ah, I might as well just make something like a blaze spawn or something, because then you could actually use. I don't remember if it's the blaze rods or the blaze powder as fuel, but I think you can. It is like XP, but it also doubles as like the brewing fuel and the smelting fuel as well. So I think that would be worthwhile to do. I don't think I've done a blaze farm either before. Not to my recollection. I've like farmed blazes, but I have not built like a formal farm for it before. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully get something going on that front with the blaze farm, and then continue my base and see what else happens. I know me and Devin. I don't. Oh yeah, we did discuss in the most recent episode, so I can talk about it. We're doing a. We're starting a new build pretty soon. That's what I was hoping to do after the farms and stuff, and after I can get some really good tools, then I could start working on a new build. I got a new build coming. I will kind of talk about it a bit more in the actual series itself as it gets closer. But me and Devin are gonna have a lot of fun over the coming months and stuff. And I know Devin wanted to do some kind of game show as well. I think, oh, that's a good topic actually for 1,000 subscribers, since that's coming up pretty soon for the channel. Me and Devin were talking about it in the Renewcraft stream, and got some ideas. Kind of came up with some rough plans for what to do for that. It would be, I think what I'm gonna do is I might see if I could get Cherry on for another Cherry special. Well, Cherry and Devin maybe even more people than that. We'll see. But just have like a few people on for an episode of Journey, and then hop on Renewcraft after that. And Devin wanted to do a game show, and he was like, "Do you want me to modify it to make it more like channel related for you?" I'm like, "No." I think it'd be kind of fun to just have like a general game show just going on. It doesn't even have to be like related to like the Beam of 4 channel or anything. I think it'd be just a nice thing to do. I don't know what else I would do. I don't know if I'll be thinking of doing an outpost around that time. I was trying to think of like actual like milestones I'd be reaching in Journey, but I couldn't think of anything. All the major ones are kind of a little ways off right now. 8 million's a good ways away still. 66%, like 2/3 is still a good ways. 3/4 even further. Because I think 2/3 is like 8 point something million. I think 8.3 million or something, around like 500k from where I am now. So that was like unattainable. I'll be probably reaching that in the summer. Which sounds like quite an extenuation, but I'm going to be going back to, I'll be starting a new term in the new year, so I'll probably be as busy, if not even more busy than I was these past few months before my break here. So I would not be surprised if it took me that long to reach that milestone. So the Farlands might be a good ways off. I'm hoping to make like the summer count, like April through September. I'm hoping to really make that count for Journey. I don't get too busy with work and other stuff. That's what I'm hoping to do. Then that way I can get a good foot forward. I don't think I'll be able to make it like to the Farlands or whatever in that time, of course, but it'd be good to get like a good million blocks or something, or maybe more than that in one like summer. I mean, over a few months like that, if I average like 30,000 a day or something, I could actually make some good progress. But 30,000 a day is also like 5 hours of streaming a day, which I don't know if I'd be able to do. It's around there. I don't remember exactly how much streaming it takes to do 30k, but it's a good haul. I guess even 20k a day would be pretty good too. I was even considering doing like daily half-hour episodes for Journey even. in my term, but I'd have to test that out. Or even like short little bite-sized episodes. But I feel like at that point I'm better off just doing like one like hour or 1 2-hour stream a week. Then that kind of just makes up for it. So it'd have to be like half-hour daily or something, which is a little crazy. So I think I'll just go with my intuition and just do what I have been doing, like weekly episode. When I'm like in like work mode, like study mode. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I don't want to force any more of this series than I can do naturally, because I feel like it would only lead to, well, I guess burnout's not really possible, but I feel like it would suffer things in my other aspects of my life, and not it wouldn't necessarily do bad for this channel, but other things I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna let it, let the stream flow a bit more naturally. All in moderation. Those sheepies. Yeah, let me see if I can name all my series as I've got going right now. I've got a lot of them. I've got Journey, I've got Renewcraft, I've got Subnautica, I've got Factorio, and I've got Hardcore Adventures. And I've also got Better Than Adventure, but I think Better Than Adventure is on its way out. As soon as we started it, I guess that's one thing I still haven't talked about yet on this thing. Me and Devin did a Better Than Adventure stream. I was hoping to return to that. Both of us were, because I kind of, I don't know, I kind of was like a bit tired of it by the time I was done with it. Like it wasn't like a bad mod. I actually really liked it. I think I was just forcing the series because it was popular. And then once it started to dwindle that way, then I was just like, yeah, there's not very much reason for me to keep doing it as a series. And usually in my like standard series, I would just keep going regardless. But I just wasn't feeling it. And I was excited to come back with Devin, but we did like the one stream, and then we tried doing, well, we did a rain check the second week, and then the third week, this week, we had to postpone it again because I managed to get like a 12 minutes into the stream, but Devin was just having a lot of trouble. And I was just like, oh, well, we can try again for a few more weeks, but if it persists, then we probably just aren't really meant to do Better Than Adventure kind of thing. It's like something that, yeah, might as well just not worry about it. Could always go back to Silver Age as well. Or even a Minecraft Through Time thing. I don't know. I thought Better Than Adventure would work the same way that something like that would work, so we'll see. I might even just, I brought it up to Devin that I think we could even just do more time on the server instead of trying to focus our energy elsewhere. I feel like I try to evade stuff like the server. I noticed that with like Newcraft. I was always trying to like use Journey as the crutch or whatever, but I think it was just like an interest thing because people were, the interest was kind of waning a bit, and I was like, oh, I'm not playing on the server. And I was like, it was just like this whole thing. I didn't feel motivated to play on the server because no one was playing it, and that's kind of my main fuel for playing a Minecraft server these days. Because if no one's playing on it, then why play it when I can just do a single player thing anyway? That has more meaning. So that's a big trouble with SMPs, is that you just, if people aren't playing them, it's kind of hard to play yourself unless you're just like Devin, where you could just play no matter what and just be excited no matter what. I wish I could be like that. I need I get my own steam going, it's not like I can't do that, but I need to build that steam, and I need to have that motivation to keep going through thick and thin like I did in Newcraft Season 1 this year. Yeah, because even then, in that world, things kind of came and went, but people were always kind of logging on one way or another through that world, and it only kind of started to quiet down towards the end when me and Devin, or before, right before me and Devin decided to reset. And we could have stuck in that world, but I had a feeling it wouldn't have really made too much of a difference because I feel like once the lulls begin, they never really end. Like unless people like very clearly are like, yep, we'll come back and whatever. Like we're committed. Then yeah, it's kind of just dead at that point. That's at least what I found. Unless it is wrong, and you just need to keep it going in hopes that people will one day return. But I don't know. I might just do that with like the realm or something. In case it reaches that point, I might just keep it going for a little bit just to see if, or even just close it when people are out of Steam, and then just reopen it when people are back, and they're really willing to return to their projects. I don't really know where I'm at on the topic of resetting on the new server because I kind of like the idea of having a world to mess around with for a while. I think if anything, I want this world to be around for I think a good like length of time for like world like at least the level that we play our worlds is probably around like a year, like a year, 2 years, maybe more than that even. Just because we don't play Minecraft very quickly. Well, I guess I don't know. I feel like with respect to like some like the popular servers or whatever that you see, we don't play Minecraft that extremely quickly. So I feel like if I want to see any level of development, then yeah, it'll have to take a bit of time, like beyond like just the starter bases and whatnot. It was cool that we started to get that in Newcraft 1. Not really in so much in Newcraft 2. I think Newcraft 2 could have been like that. But yeah, the people just kind of left it pretty early on. But yeah, nighttime quickly approaches, and I'm gonna end the episode here while we're on a high note. Or at least for discussion, so I don't have to like putter out a discussion too much further. I think that's a good amount of talking for today's episode. Get a nice sunset for the thumbnail. If you see like a sunset in the thumbnail or nighttime, that's probably because I'm lazy. Well, actually, more recently anyway. Well, that's kind of cool though, that sunset. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in to this episode of Journey to the Farlands, and I will see you all in the next one. Alrighty, goodbye.